It is here, the day we've been waiting for so long on the stimulus package. What Democratic leaders are saying is happening today. Also, what the Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget is saying about the stimulus package, otherwise known as the Reconciliation Bill, the Build Back Better plan, or some people are calling it the Spending Bill. Also, Chuck Schumer and his plan for the Reconciliation Bill. It's all about stimulus, so let's get into it right away. But really fast before we do, thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button right down below the video, as things are changing very rapidly right now, and I'm here for you each and every day with all of the latest updates as they're being released, as I know it's a very confusing time, but I do all the research for you. I boil it all down into these short videos to help you out in any way that I possibly can each and every day. So thank you again for your support. Subscribe down below, and let's get into this right away. All right, let's go through these in the order that I deliver them to you at the beginning of this video. Let's quickly talk about what is going on today and what Democratic leaders are saying is happening today in the House of Representatives and what we can expect over the coming days here. So yes, it is finally here. We've been talking about this reconciliation bill for literally 4, 5, maybe even 6 months now. Well, it is finally the day that they'll be bringing to the floor the massive amount of debate on this package today. According to Steny Hoyer, they're going to be working through the massive amount of debate on the reconciliation bill in the House of Representatives today, and then they will be bringing, according to Steny Hoyer, tomorrow at the earliest or at the latest on Friday, the voting on this reconciliation bill. Now, I think a lot of us in this community were probably thinking this would never, ever actually be happening. But of course, here we are right down to it, and literally it is happening today, tomorrow, and at the absolute latest, the Friday votes will be coming down. Now, again, Steny Hoyer said the massive amount of debate will be happening today, and then hopefully those votes will be coming tomorrow based on that CBO score, which we're still waiting for as of right now. Now, as I brought to you yesterday, some Democrats are actually getting to be a little bit scared right now, waiting for this CBO score to come out, because we're kind of scared that there may be a little bit of a deficit, as in $320 billion of a deficit that may not actually be paid for. But I covered all that yesterday. We don't need to go down through that road again, but let's keep going here and talk about what the Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget is saying about this reconciliation bill. According to their calculations, they're anticipating that this reconciliation bill will actually cost more like $5 trillion. Whoa, we are way off, because here's the deal. As of right now, this package is supposed to be about $2 trillion. Actually, according to the recent reports that I've been seeing, anywhere between about $1.85 and $1.9 trillion. However, according to the calculations from the Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget, they're saying that this package could actually end up costing about $5 trillion. Now, here's how they're coming up with that. Basically, all these programs that are within this package are set to expire here in a matter of the next maybe 4 to 5 years or so. A lot of these provisions within the package, they're going to be fully expired. However, they're set up in such a way that they can't really be set to expire. In other words, basically when it comes down, getting close to expiration, they're going to be extended out. Therefore, doubling the price tag, because then they'd be extended out for probably twice as long. Therefore, taking this package from about $2 trillion up to about $5 trillion as they continue to extend out some of these programs. So wow, seriously, some big reports out coming right now when it comes to this reconciliation bill. And of course, all eyes are on this CBO score, which we're still awaiting, which could literally be coming out at any minute. As they have told us, it'll be coming out sometime on or before the end of the day on Friday. Well, we're getting right down to it, right? So it's going to be interesting to watch how the representatives actually kind of negotiate their way through all of the debate on this reconciliation bill right now. But just remember, after they get this thing fully done through the House of Representatives, either later today, maybe tomorrow, maybe on Friday, whatever day they actually end up doing this, and maybe it could be over the weekend. Honestly, we don't really know at this point. Anything could happen. It could come at any of these days, starting basically today through the weekend. But when they get this thing fully passed through, then it's going to move on to the then it's going to move on to the Senate, where Chuck Schumer will be bringing it up to the floor at some point. However, that brings us into what Chuck Schumer is saying about this reconciliation bill. Now, his plan was actually to get this thing fully passed through by this week. Well, according to the delays and everything that's going on right now, unfortunately, that is not going to be happening. However, the new focus for Chuck Schumer is to have this thing completely passed by Christmas. So that extends things out by a little over a month, about 5 weeks or so from right now. However, here's what's really interesting about this. I've been saying this many times over the last maybe 5-6 months from now. Everything in this year, everything in 2021 is looking weirdly similar to what we were experiencing late last year, well, basically the entire year of 2020, right? With the packages being passed, stimulus checks being added, and all of a sudden this next package coming down the line right now facing the end of the year, right? So remember last year in late 2020, we literally saw the exact same thing. That other $900 billion package, which actually contained stimulus check number 2. Remember that one, the $600? We're essentially seeing the exact same thing here with this package once again, coming right down to the end of the year and going to be passed right around that Christmas time. In fact, that's exactly when the last package was passed in late 2020. That $900 billion package, that was passed around the exact same time. However, here's what's interesting about it. Remember that package last year? We had Bernie Sanders and Josh Hawley, 2 senators, who actually stood up and said, we're going to withhold our votes on this package until we get a stimulus check added into the package. Remember that? Well, eventually they were calling on, I don't remember the exact amount. Maybe it was $1,400 or $2,000. But anyway, they ended up settling for $600. It's not much, but at the end of the day, at least it was something, right? It's kind of interesting how this year is literally playing out exactly as last year did. So I think all of us can cross our fingers right now, hoping that if they do actually bring this thing to the floor in the Senate and actually get it through passed right before Christmas, that maybe, just maybe, they will actually do the same thing that they did last year. Maybe have a little bit of holiday spirit in their souls and come to the floor and say, hey, we've got to add a stimulus check into this thing, especially focused on the low income and fixed income individuals, because as we know, according to the reports that I've been talking about lately, it's the low income and fixed income Americans who are really being hurt right now as a result of all of this massive inflation. Here's what's also very interesting about this. Some of these lawmakers, when they go back to their home districts, when they go out to fill up their cars with gas, or they go out into the communities and they run into people in their districts, a lot of people are approaching them saying, hey, dude, we can't do this anymore. We are irritated. Prices continue to go up. We cannot handle this anymore. In fact, I just saw a report earlier where Kyrsten Sinema was in her home district in Arizona. She went out grocery shopping and was absolutely shocked by the price when she hit the register. Well, yeah, welcome to our world, right? I mean, seriously, how long is it going to take for all of these people in Congress to actually figure it out that a lot of people are really struggling right now, and maybe if they, went outside of Washington and actually went out to their home districts, that a lot of people are getting really sick of all this massive inflation and hikes in prices, right? So, kind of interesting. I was actually looking around earlier, and I came across some like 25-cent and 50-cent coupons for different items, and I thought, oh, seriously, we're going to cut a bunch of coupons for 25 and 50 cents just so we can literally cover the increase in price over the last time we were at the store like a week and a half ago, right? I mean, seriously, that's basically what it's coming down to. We're cutting coupons to cover the price rises that we've seen since the last time we were at the store. It's not really adding up anymore, right? It is simply not adding up, and it's not making sense anymore. So anyway, but either way, in the House of Representatives, they're going down with the bill today, and they're going through with the debates today, and again, tomorrow and Friday, maybe Friday, depending on when we get that score from the CBO, but things are going to get very busy here. And of course, then it's going to move on to the Senate, provided we get actually all the support from the moderates out of the House of Representatives, because there's about 5 moderates right now who are withholding their votes, and have even mentioned they want to read every single line of this bill. Well, as of last check, this bill has about 2,135 pages as of what I saw about a week and a half or so ago. So I'm not sure if it's increased from that, but that's the last check that I saw on the number of pages of this bill. Well, if you've ever read through legislative text, it's incredibly boring. Seriously, I would not recommend it. It's really, really boring to read through that stuff. I can't even imagine reading over 2,100 pages of it. Unreal. But some people say, hey, I want to read all the pages of this and fully understand. Well, the more that I look at this, I feel like, shouldn't every single lawmaker who's voting for this probably be reading it? I don't know. I guess that's what I would want to do. I would want to vote. I would want to understand and read through everything before I actually cast a vote on something. But again, that's just me. I like to be thorough and understand everything fully before I just sign off on something and say, yep, it looks good to me, because, once you sign off on it, it's kind of a done deal, right? Too late at that point. Either way, kind of interesting stuff. But either way, the House of Representatives is finally taking this up today in debate, and we should be getting that final pass as early as tomorrow. So interesting, right? It's finally upon us, and they're finally doing it on the reconciliation bill. So I'm going to continue watching this very closely. I will let you know any further updates as we work our way through the rest of the day, into tomorrow, into Friday, into the weekend, whatever it takes. But either way, they have vowed by the end of this week, which technically the end of the week would be, according to the calendar, Saturday. So maybe they'll have to work on Saturday. We'll see. I mean, honestly, who knows? But either way, I'm going to continue watching it. I'll keep you posted with any further details. Things are getting spicy right now, but I'm here for you each and every day. Thanks again for watching. Subscribe down below. It's totally free to do so. Share this video or any others here on the channel with your friends, family, and social media. And make sure to go back and check out some of the other nearly 2,000 videos right here on the channel. Enjoy. Thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. Enjoy your day, and I'll catch you again later in the next